Episode 88 of the No Hangover podcast. Like always, you can find us on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, Apple Podcast. Our best social media platform would for sure be our Instagram. Go ahead and follow that at No Hangover Podcast. To catch up with the latest merch, Jordan rocking the hoodie. You can check out our website. That's www.nohangoverpodcast.com. As you see right here behind me.
Behind you.
And episode 88. Let's get to it.
Episode 88, your boy Jordan G in the cut. You already know the vibes. I got my dog, the Cuban Sensation, next to me. Across from me today, I got Eric Aponte. We just added a new centerpiece to the show. Big things happening, as always. Changes being made.
Big things.
Big things.
Boom.
Yes, sir.
Big business.
Big business. Make sure you show some love to our extended family, XL Tent. If you're on Instagram, you can find him at XL_tent. If you're on Facebook, you can find him at just XL Tent. His phone number is 386-479-7111. You can call or text for a free quote. And as always, if it's glass and you can see through it, Ryan Gilly on XL Tent, they can do it.
Boom.
Quit fish bowling.
Yes, sir. Summertime is approaching, so, go get your shit right.
And last but not least, we got Central Homes Roofing, more specifically project manager Skylar Kenny. Like I said, he's a project manager, so if you got missing shingles, leaky roof, you need a whole new roof, my man can hook you up. You can give him a call at 407-603-5553. He does get free inspections. If you can't reach him by his phone number, he does have an email, centralhomesskylar@gmail.com. He'll get you right. He'll fucking hook you up. And when he asks who sent you, tell him the boys that No Hangover did. Yeah.
Boom.
Yes, sir.
We out here. We back another week.
88. 88 for life.
Boom. Well, in recent news, there's been states that have lifted the mask mandate.
Boom.
Amid the pandemic.
We've been living that lifestyle, dog. This Florida.
Can you pull up that map real quick?
This Florida, cuz.
Because, let's see. No mask required statewide. Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Missouri, Oklahoma, Alaska, Arizona. What is that? Nebraska? Did I say that already? South Dakota, Idaho. So those are states that require no
Good
mask.
job.
Idaho, Idaho,
I'm good with my geography, but
Proud of you.
I mean, like Jordan said, it's been like that in Florida pretty much.
Yeah.
Texas and Mississippi were the ones that are gonna end it. Like, boom, like there's no mandate at all. There's nothing like you can walk around anywhere, no mask. Nobody's gonna say shit. There's no signs. There's no, it's up to the store owner. Blah de blah. It's like no more mask. Yeah. So I mean. What is that? How does that? What are your thoughts on that shit?
Well, it looks like those two states. Like I said, we live in Florida. We haven't cared the whole time, but looks like those two states are trying to get back into the normal life pre-pandemic. They're tired of this masks here, masks there. I mean, it doesn't really affect our everyday lives. I feel like going into stores and shit, you see the little signs. Okay, that's cool. I'll put it on. In the store. People driving with masks on, that kind of, I find that funny as shit because I'm like, you're in a car by yourself. But, to each his own. Let them do what they do.
I mean, there has been like a kind of like a plateau in a sense in the past like month or so of like the spike in COVID. And obviously there's been however many vaccines there are now. I know Johnson & Johnson just released their 1-dose vaccine. So, I mean, that has something to play into it, but I'm sure there's going to be people who are like, no, like, because if you could pull that map up again, there's still however many states that are still, all Northeast, all up and down the West Coast. I mean, throughout the Midwest, there's more states that are still, mask required and all these mandates and shit. So, I mean, there's going to be some type of, I guess, lashback or like some type of group of people that are going to like, what did I say?
You said lashback.
Backlash that there's going to be a group of people that are just going to be like, no, this isn't right. People's lives are at risk. Right. All the excuses are all the reasons that people have been giving since the coronavirus popped up. So, I mean, like I said, in the case of here in Florida, like people stopped giving a fuck a long time ago. So,
yeah, DeSantis didn't really care. Did you see though when the governor had his press conference and he issued basically the dissertation saying that the mandate was lifted?
Mm-mm.
You didn't see it?
Mm-mm.
Basically, like he said that they're everything is open to 100% capacity. There's no mask mandate anymore, and like it was like at the end, it was like kind of a moment of celebration. I just feel like personally they should have played Future Mask Off right at that point. I feel like that would have been a moment for the culture.
Show some love.
So yeah, that would have been amazing to see.
That would have been fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That'd have been.
I'm surprised somebody on Instagram or social media like didn't take advantage of that moment and already do that.
I mean, who knows? They might have. They might have.
People had already been talking about that.
Yeah.
Like once things go back into effect pre-COVID and we get back to normal life, like that song is going to be like the theme song.
Yeah, they already
of
said
the
like
moment.
Future was ahead of his time when he made that.
He's been ahead of his time.
Future.
Future Hendrix.
I mean, how do you think? I mean, obviously this. I mean, as far as like how it affects things, you know, people are gonna be. Do you think there's gonna be like another spike coming, or do you think like just like the amount? Because I already know like people who are like not. I guess. I mean, what do you consider old? Like 60?
65 and above.
Yeah.
Usually retirement
So
age.
like I already know
if
people,
you can collect Social Security.
Yeah, I already
you're
know
up there.
of people who are younger or under that age group that are, you know, scheduling their COVID vaccines and shit like that.
Wow.
That are not in healthcare. That aren't like, you know,
Yeah.
high risk older people. So I mean,
I feel I
How
mean,
do you feel about it specifically, the vaccine? Are you opposed to it or are you game?
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I don't take a flu vaccine. I don't.
flu
You know, yeah, the flu shot. I mean, it's a vaccine. That's what
No,
it is.
I'm
But
just
like,
saying
I've never really taken one. So I mean, and again, like as far as like the whole COVID shit, we're not really in any high risk categories.
True.
So like for me, and I've been saying it from the jump, it's like I understand what the worry was and like what the panic was for certain people, but like if you're not going home to people who are high risk or like you yourself are not, like I work out, I stay in shape, I don't really have any underlying health issues, I'm not overweight or anything like that. So like it was never really a major concern for me if I were to catch it or not. Because if I catch it, then I just stay home, lock myself in my room for however long, and then boom, that was it. Like, you know, I might have got mild symptoms and shit, but I personally didn't think it's going to affect me in the way that, you know, it might affect somebody who is falling under those categories and shit. So, I mean, I was never really worried. I'd never stopped working. So, at first it was a little weird. It was a little eerie not seeing, you know, everybody on the road. Everybody was on lockdown. Nobody really know. Yeah, nobody really know what the fuck was going on. But, like, as shit started progressing, you started seeing it just a lot of it seemed like, I don't want to say fabricated because I feel like that's being a little, like, insensitive in a way. But, like, it did seem like it was a little blown out of proportion, just a tad. But I mean, again, we'll never know. We'll never know because if we never go on lockdown, we don't know how bad it gets. So maybe the lockdown did help slow that down. But I mean, even here in Florida, that shit was lifted pretty quickly, and I know people who got COVID.
And Florida was one of the highest states.
Yeah.
Before, you know, like when COVID just first had came out, Florida was throwing numbers of like crazy numbers.
Well, New York too. New York, Jersey, that whole fucking northeast area. But
Florida was the start. Like Florida was the most, and then New York caught up, passed it, and then like just kept going.
This is first confirmed state. I mean, first confirmed case was the state that you were in, Washington.
I know, it was in Washington.
California.
It was less than 20 miles from where I lived. I was like, oh.
Yeah, California though was bad too. But the thing is, like, and I've said this before, there's a stat that there was more deaths due to suicide in Northern California than there was from COVID. So it's like,
I believe it.
You know, like, again, I'm not trying to downplay it or anything, or like, you know, there's a lot of people who have been affected. I mean, everybody has been affected by it, from going on lockdown, people losing jobs, you know, small businesses, all this, you know, just the number of problems that come from it. But again, it just kind of seems like people were kind of just being fed what they were seeing on the news, and, you know, propaganda. That, and just weren't really like, you know, it was kind of, it seemed like there was some fear mongering going on.
The media had a field day with it. I mean,
politics played a big part too.
This is true. Especially it was during an election year. That made it like twice as bad, but fear sells.
Yeah, it does.
So, I mean, they were just pushing that narrative. It
gets people to do things out of character.
Yeah. They get people to conform to what their agenda is. They can kind of push certain things that they wouldn't have pushed before, and a lot of things, which, I mean, I didn't do all of the research I could have, but I'm just saying, I feel like with all of the shit that was going on, there was easily time where the House, the Senate, they could have been, you know, pushing stuff through that no one's really checking because I
was kind of surprised that nobody really took advantage of, like, hey, you know, like, work out, go to the gym, and things like that. Like, eat healthier. Like those are things that you could have done to like.
Yeah, you could have done that from the start.
Like that's natural. What's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Preventatives.
Yeah.
Get a little exercise and change up your diet because I mean a lot of people, it was overweight people that were also falling in that category of of high risk. So it's like not
to be insensitive or anything, but yes, I had seen a lot of things of that where it was like it's natural selection.
I mean,
like for people who aren't giving a fuck about themselves. I mean,
but that's true. That's not even being insensitive. Like that's just the fact of the matter. Like if we're going through a pandemic and there's a disease that attacks your respiratory system. If you're someone that's overweight, you don't have a lot of cardio. Like you're already under that scope of like heart disease, fucking all these different fucking high blood sugar or diabetes, like shit like that. That's already gonna fuck you up. Now imagine something that
pressure, hypertension, all
exactly.
That.
Now imagine something that fucking attacks your respiratory system, and that's just gonna make it that much worse. So it's like, I don't know. It's like again, like. I know people get sensitive about their weight and shit, but like it's simple solutions. It's just that you
gotta work for
the people or
the solution is simple. The work is hard.
Yeah, essentially, and the delivery of it is like, how do you tell someone, hey, you need to start working out, like without coming off as an asshole? Hey, you should eat better, without coming off as an asshole. Most people are gonna take that, be like, oh fuck you, like, and especially nowadays with you can't say shit because then you're body shaming and this, that, whatever, and blah blah, and it's like,
and I want to say
no hangover.
Exactly. It's like sometimes it's just like, listen, it's not that I'm attacking you. I'm just telling you, like, I care for you. We're in the midst of a pandemic. Like, regardless of how you feel about it, like, this is gonna help you in the long run anyway. So it's like, how, like, what else would you want me to, like, hey,
I mean, you can't really win for losing with that because either you're too direct and you hurt somebody's feelings, or you don't really have the patience to cater to somebody. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, 100%. What do you do? Eventually you have to figure it out on your own and want it for yourself. Mm-hmm. Till that day comes, there's not really much that I can say or do. You can try, but most people don't have the patience to sit there and slowly give it to you, and maybe we should eat this, or maybe we should just go for a walk.
But you would think
it depends on who the person is. Maybe family members, you can get away with it, but for the most part, like, people don't have the patience to sit there.
But you would think during a pandemic, the way that people were acting towards it, like, I don't know, you would think that just like the sense of urgency would be there. And again, like, obviously,
some people I think did because it gave them time to actually take that seriously.
Yeah.
People are not working now. They're sitting at home all day. They need something to decompress.
Yeah.
So some people turn to positive things like working out. Some people turn to other things like drinking and partying. And
you had the extremes on both sides.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
During the start of the pandemic.
Honestly,
damn,
we did go hard, but when it was time to fucking drink and fucking
them first 2 weeks, I want to say, like, it was nothing but beer pong and like
fucking
hookah and drinking.
I mean, I wasn't here yet.
You continued to work. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
I didn't stop.
I worked, but I took those 2 weeks off. Like those, I'm like, fuck this. I don't know what's going on. Like I fucking took advantage of that
and
shit.
They couldn't say jack shit.
They couldn't, so I took it off and like we were chilling and like, but yeah, it was fucking drinking, fucking smoking, fucking.
I was off for 37 days straight.
You were off for 37 days straight?
Yep.
It's crazy. In Washington, the longest I worked was 30 days straight without a day off.
Wow,
I worked a whole month without a day off.
They worked
I was
you
slaving.
hard. Whoa.
But
they worked you hard.
We just fucking had to talk about this last week.
Yeah, I was literally about to say it. That's why I said
you're right. I wasn't forced. This is my choice.
Damn near,
my bad.
But yeah.
My bad. But yeah.
But I mean, it's just, I don't know, like,
that's funny.
At the same time, though, you and Ryan more specifically did work out kind of hard in that time frame.
Yeah.
Turn a garage into a fucking
that was a
shop.
fucking sauna.
Wrong
fucking
word.
Workout.
A fucking sweat house.
We just talked about this last week.
Wrong word.
For those of you wondering about said conversations, check out episode 87.
Boom.
But yes,
there you go.
Modern slavery was the topic. So
but I mean, yeah, I don't know. But there's also people that, and it's somebody that I'm actually pretty close with, and I hold near and dear to my heart. But some of their takes on this shit was like, it just didn't make sense. So like the whole mask thing, it's like I didn't really, I don't really think too many people were like, oh yeah, like I get to wear a mask, like I have to wear a mask everywhere. Like I don't think too many people were happy about it. But like
there was the couple that were like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
I don't understand
but even
that.
most people, like, because myself, like I didn't really I didn't want to do it. I necessarily, whether I agreed with it or not, that's one thing. But like what is it gonna hurt you to you going into Publix, going into fucking
Correct.
Wawa, going in wherever the fuck you're going into for 5, 10, 15 minutes to put on a mask, whether
Correct.
you agree with it or not? What does that do? Like,
Which
I mean, does it hurt you? Like, if it's hurting you and like it's fucking putting like it's a physical toll on you or whatever, then maybe I get it. But like wearing a mask for 5 minutes to go inside, go grocery shopping, and get out, take it off,
Not a
like
big deal.
people were making such a huge deal about it.
correct.
I'm like,
people were complaining like they couldn't.
they're taking
breathe
away
through
my
it,
freedoms and shit.
which
I'm just
I
like,
This
understand,
person
but
that you're talking about, they were for it. They were against
they
it.
were against it. They were so against wearing masks and shit. I'm
I
just
mean,
like,
that's,
what's the
that's
fucking
like my dad, for instance. This man will not wear a mask regardless. He doesn't give two fucks.
Yeah.
He'll turn down work if they ask us to wear a mask. He's like, fuck that.
It's hilarious.
Which is one
Funny
thing
guy.
because, you know, if you're doing physical labor, no offense, people out there, if you've never done physical labor,
Yeah,
you
it's
try
not-
to do
it's-
physical labor in a fucking
that's
mask.
just not fun. It's
That
hard to
shit
breathe.
hot.
It's hard
But
to breathe.
at the same time, it's like you to go into a store, to go into anything like that, it's like it's not going to kill you. You could throw
Exactly.
it on for 2 fucking seconds.
Exactly.
Like even, I mean, it's annoying, you know, like usually, for instance, like I'll stop at Wawa and I'll like walk halfway to the door, fuck my mask, and I have to go back to the
Yeah.
car and go get it. But it's a simple thing, you
But
know.
if that's the worst thing, is that you got to take an extra 5 steps. If that's the worst
Exactly.
thing that's gonna happen to you, then it's like, come on
Exactly.
now, like
It makes no sense. And I mean, I could see both sides because, for instance, another thing I thought that was pretty funny, like the people who like would shame people who aren't wearing masks.
Mhm.
It's like, bro, if you're wearing a mask, the fuck? What does
Yeah.
your mask do?
yeah,
Is that not protecting you? Like,
exactly.
so it's like I see both sides, but at the same time, just so that I wouldn't have to deal with the narrative, wouldn't have to deal with the back and forth with people, I'll just put on the mask for fucking 5 seconds. It's cool.
I mean,
I'll
that's
walk
all
into
it
the
is.
store, get what I need to get.
fucking
take
dip
it
out of
right
there
back
and
off when I
fucking
get
be
outside.
done, and that's it. Boom.
But like people walking outside and shit, when I see people like walking in open areas outside by themselves and shit, just wearing a mask, I'm like, all right, you're
I mean, and that's the
You're
thing
on
too.
your
There
own on
was
that
gonna
one.
be. I mean, there was people that, you know, if you didn't have your mask on, even outside the store, like they would look at you fucking crooked and like look at you like you were fucking crazy and shit. I'm just like,
I would feel weird sometimes too if I was the only person without a mask.
yeah, at a
I
certain
started to feel weird.
I'm not gonna lie though, I did enjoy working with a mask on because like the faces I'd be making,
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
have a full on conversation with someone, I would be yawning my ass off. And I'm just yawning, the mask moves up a little bit, they're just talking, they're like, haha,
You can
can't
still
s-
pick up on things like
I'm
that.
like,
I feel like
I don't
know, I
kind
feel
of
like-
expressions of your face. You can
It
tell
is
if somebody's
sometimes.
smiling.
It is kind of funny though, like how much we do rely on like looking at somebody's mouth to like get what they're saying and shit like
Yeah.
that. Because when you're just looking at them and you don't see their mouth, you can't really see them talking or anything. It's just like, what you saying? Like it's like you don't need to see
Yeah,
my mouth to hear what I'm saying and shit like
Correct.
that. But
I mean, it's more of it's a form of communication. It's more
Yeah.
of just one, you know, a form of respect. You know, looking at someone when they're talking to you, looking at either making eye contact or the people who didn't understand you. You know, they are trying to like read your lips a
Yeah.
little bit to kind of, you know, catch up. They're like, oh, because for instance, say you missed a word, but then you see something else, you're like, okay,
Exactly.
I got you. But with a mask on, that did make communication hard. Especially for myself because most people don't understand me anyways. So I'm like, son
yeah,
of a
shit fucking
bitch.
mumbled you even more.
Yeah.
Mumbler.
Mumble Jones over here.
I gotta fucking
But some-
pronunciate. and
Some
whatnot.
people made a killing off that
Enunciate.
mask shit though. They hustled
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You know,
Oh,
they
yeah.
made
My
their own
grand-
little business
My
out of it.
grandmother on my dad's side, she has, you know how she has a little sewing room in the garage. Bro,
Yeah.
she was making masks out of there and shit.
Wow.
Just like, yeah, because she wasn't able to go to work for a little bit too, and especially, I mean, she's older in age, so like
She's
they were a
more high
little,
risk.
they were a little bit more cautious. But yeah, she was making masks right there, selling them and shit. So I mean, again, it really just about how you handled adversity at that point, and like because everybody was going through it.
That's true.
Everybody, the rich, the poor, the fucking middle class, everybody was fucking going through this shit. And it's just depended on how you did it. Now, the like rich people, the super rich, made out like fucking bandits and they were fucking robbing people. And like, I think billionaires made like 1 point something trillion dollars through the pandemic.
Yeah,
Like
it's insane.
as a whole. So it's like,
It's
you know,
insane.
there was people that were fucking really just ripping people off. But like, you know, people like everyday me and you people, it really could have gone 2 ways. Like I guess 3 ways. You're just gonna ride it out, stay where you're at, and just kind of whatever, or you're gonna fucking try and
Figure
do
something
more,
out.
figure something out, find a hobby, fucking make something,
Yeah,
do
elevate
something,
yourself.
get a goal, or you're gonna fucking be the person that's, all right, well, you know, this sucks. I'm gonna throw myself a pity party, boo hoo, like, and then not really do much. There's alcoholism went up a fucking
Oh, I bet.
skyrocketed.
I bet. It's shit. It's something to do when there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
Which I bet, for
we went
instance,
through a lot of that
people
time.
people who, you know, did find themselves a goal or put like I'm because I saw hella people doing like not necessarily chores, but like changing shit around the house.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I'm in the business of remodeling. Our business stayed booming because people seeing their shit for 3 months, they hated it. They're like, you know what, I'm changing this. They came to see me, Orlando Tyler Marble.
Wow, fucking plugging shit up today.
But yeah,
I feel like we've gotten a lot of entrepreneurs and business people out of this situation. Because people had time to figure things out, sit down, and accomplish goals that they've never accomplished before in their life because they had time on their hands. So that's the blessing in it.
Yeah,
honestly,
set up bigger goals, bigger aspirations, and actually put the effort into reaching those goals instead of just putting it on the back burner. This kind of gave people that, no, you have nothing else to do. What are you going to do today? All right, let me focus on myself. Let me focus on my goals. Let me try to achieve something that I've been, maybe pushing off to the side. To either, everyday life, you get swept up in it. It's a real busy thing. You forget about a lot of things.
I think we got to find out how valuable some small things are too. Like time is definitely valuable.
Literally just about to say.
And I think people really got to realize that. Not only that, interaction with people, missing out on that. I think we got to realize how valuable interaction with just everyday people.
Your family,
right?
Just, hey, it's simple. Hey, how are you doing?
Exactly.
Howdy, neighbor. Like just like simple shit like that.
And the people that are like, quote unquote, homebodies are now going to be out enjoying life more because. They didn't have a chance.
They were forced to stay home.
They were forced to stay home.
It's one thing when you choose to stay home.
Exactly. When you're forced to do it and you have no choice.
I was kind of content. I was like, the only thing, like I said, the only thing that really changed is I wasn't really able to go to the gym. But besides that, like,
I never got to stay home. So I was like, fuck, I wish I could.
Again, like, I'm a person that I do like interacting with people. I like, meeting new people, having new interactions, getting new opinions on shit. But at the same time, I'm also that, like, I like to, go in my hole and fucking just like chill for a second and fucking just, have...
For the fans that don't know, for the viewers who don't know, this guy lives in a cocoon. He loves it. He comes out every once in a while, but he loves it.
And you're very, majority of us, mainly me and you, are very selective of who we spend our time with. Yeah. You kind of too, but you spread your wings a little bit more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? By nature.
Got a lot of people.
Yeah, but to your point though, like you said, time to all of us is a very valuable thing. I would say, and correct me if I'm wrong, I would say to all of us is the most valuable thing. Like,
wrong. Time is the only thing you're never getting back.
Exactly. So it's
money comes and goes. Time, that's forever gone.
So it's like you can't get that time back. So like I am selective on who I spend my time with, especially like quality like
more
time,
selective,
like time that it's like one-on-one time with somebody that we're trying to getting to know somebody or like trying to just shit like that, just because it's like, again, I don't want to feel like I'm wasting my time. Like
I've wasted plenty of time.
And but times like that though, it helped you figure shit out, about yourself. It helped you open up your eyes to shit and stuff like that. So like, even though it might not all pan out at the end of the day, but like, again, like, it's time. You're still learning. It was time well spent. But you got something out of it. So it's like
100%. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I got to find out a lot of things about myself, but in that time frame, apart from COVID, I was already going through personal shit. Like, it all happened at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Job, career wise, my vehicle, like just little shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then COVID, lockdown. You know what I mean? So but it was just interesting year all the way.
Yeah, 2020 was a hell of a year for you.
Shit's about to get lifted. There's a Walmart on Princeton, like on the west side of Orlando and shit, that they're handing out. They're doing the fucking vaccines right there in the parking lot. That's why last week. Yeah, last week. That's why I had to be up at like 5:30 in the morning every day to be over there, because we were cleaning the fuck out of that store, like getting everything right, getting everything looking good. They had all the news stations out there. Like,
is that when you got up at like 4 in the morning and came home at like 8:30 one morning? I remember that.
Yeah. But like they had the news out there and shit. Yeah, that was fucking rough. But like they already, they have, especially here in Florida, like the places like that they've already lifted mandates like this. I feel like these are the most important places to get the vaccines out, to see where it goes, so then they can start funneling it out to all these other states and shit. Because my sister lives in Jersey and they're still pretty locked down up there. Like, it showed it on that little map, but they're still pretty locked down in most of the Northeast and shit like that, all up and down the West Coast and shit. So,
shout out to Rachel.
It's definitely, shout out to Rachel. It's definitely, I feel like we're kind of we've been the guinea pigs because Florida doesn't give a shit.
Florida,
so,
yeah. Especially,
South.
it's just funny because, I mean, yeah, correct. You moved out of the state. Like, it's funny how people talk about Florida.
Yeah, it is.
Like, in Washington, that shit fucking was hilarious to me.
See,
Random
it's different
people.
for you too because you guys went to like smaller rural cities.
Yeah.
So like being from Florida was a little like wow.
I mean, yes and no. City I lived in, for instance, Tacoma, Washington is a smaller scale than Seattle, but Tacoma is probably just as big of a city as Orlando.
I'm talking about Atlanta.
Atlanta is a huge city. Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a melting pot of a bunch of different people.
Yeah.
So it's not that shocking to see somebody or hear somebody talk from Florida as it would be to be in Lancaster.
Well, no, I wouldn't say like it was shocking for them to know that I'm from Florida. I'm just saying the way they talked about Florida.
True.
Like people talk about Florida like it's fucking
like it's
a whole new other country.
Like it's
they're like this place is fucking crazy. Do you see Florida Man and shit? And I'm like,
that Florida Man shit though. It didn't derive from the show Atlanta, but the show Atlanta popularized it. Like in one of the episodes,
I didn't even know what the fuck that was until I fucking went out there.
I didn't know what it was.
Florida Man?
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was until I watched an episode of Atlanta by Donald Glover.
Childish Gambino,
and like in the middle of the episode, they like show a bunch of different Florida Man. Like, he's like, "Yeah, you better watch out for Florida Man." He's like, "Who's Florida Man?" I'm like, you know who Florida Man is, and then they show like a bunch of different headlines, like Florida Man gets his face eaten, Florida Man gets eaten by alligator. Like,
that was years
crazy
ago. People
like
forget
that.
about it already.
It was like in like 2012. I remember that
Miami
shit. Bath salts.
I was like,
that shit was crazy. I remember hearing that. I'm like, oh my god, the zombies are coming.
That was when we were in high school.
That shit is crazy. But
high school days.
Fuck, masks going away soon. I mean,
thank the Lord. Well,
what are we gonna do with all these fucking masks now? It's gonna fucking be.
They're filling up landfills.
Physically and verbally.
Fuck yeah, I mean,
get some Colgate, dog.
I don't know. I mean,
Jordan
I feel
was
like
just talking earlier. Oh, I'm done.
I'm not what?
Our conversation right before we started.
I don't remember.
Never mind. I'm not gonna bring it up here, but it's funny.
Is it about me?
It was about all of us.
Oh, okay.
You were like, I'm specific. You said I am, but you're specifically not.
I don't remember.
All right, whatever.
Short-term memory loss.
Insensitive?
No, judgmental.
Oh yeah. I mean, kind of the same shit.
That's not being judgmental.
That's
That's being.
This guy. Hey,
that's called hygiene awareness.
Hygiene awareness. True. Some of y'all do need to catch up.
That's what I'm.
Brush your
saying.
teeth before and after bed.
Use some deodorant.
Before you go to bed. After
if you need some deodorant, shout out to somebody. I don't know.
I do need
Degree,
I
fucking
forgot to
speed
get some
stick, whatever the
when I
fuck
went
you
to go
use.
to the store.
Dove.
I usually buy them in 2-packs, so then I don't have to go for like a month or two.
Yeah.
2
Not
packs,
2
4
months.
packs.
I mean, yeah.
They
usually.
I bought two 2-packs.
They had.
That way I don't have to go for
I get the.
No
What kind of?
Machiavelli.
You use the fucking Dove, the fucking.
Nah, I use Degree. Usually
Dove
like
plus Men Plus Care or whatever.
Use Extreme Blast or some shit like that. I like the Cool Rush.
I use both. I use like this the one with the little clock on it.
I don't like the smell of the Extreme
whatever.
Blast. The green one, nah, it bothers me.
No, I don't use the green one. It's like
it's upstairs right now.
The green one?
Yeah.
I guess Jordan knows more than I do.
Fucking know what deodorant he gets.
Huh?
Do you go grocery shopping for yourself?
I mean, how do you think I eat?
There's no snacks in here.
Doesn't your mom do your laundry still?
Does my mom?
Oh my God,
No, I have to go.
Oh my God.
I do my laundry at my mom's house occasionally.
I thought she still did it for you. Fuck.
It's because he doesn't have a washer and dryer.
Well, but even when we lived in the apartment, this man was taking his clothes over. He's like, "I'll be back."
No, at those days, yes. When I was
I would do them.
Yeah. All right. For those of you who don't know, hey, for any ladies out there, by the way, anybody.
You better be ready to do this man's laundry.
I don't do laundry.
I'm about to say
I'll fold my shit. I'll fold my laundry, but putting it in the washer, nah, that ain't me.
I'm about to say.
Besides in Washington.
That's about to say. I'm about to say in Washington, he had to do his.
He had no choice.
He had to do everything. Damn it.
He had to walk over to go do his laundry.
Yeah, that shit was a little journey. Nah, I had a card. You have to go to the.
It's a prepaid card.
Yeah, you have to go to the office, put like $20-$25 in. Yeah. That shit was fucking expensive. but yeah, I had to go do my laundry.
Well, there you go.
But yes, I do not. Where I currently live, for any of you who are wondering, I don't have a washer and dryer here, so I gotta either go to my mom's house. I go to their house. I never go to their house to do laundry. I'm lying. I go to my mom's house to do laundry.
Oh man,
she'll throw it in the dryer for me. I appreciate that woman. I love her. But yeah,
your mom. Yeah, mom.
She. It's funny. My mom's like, Sometimes she will actually throw my laundry in the wash for me and throw it in the dryer, but she's like, I'm not folding your laundry. I'm like, that's fine. That's the easiest part.
I hate folding my laundry.
Shit,
that's probably my least favorite. That and putting dishes away. Like, I don't mind putting them in the dishwasher and washing them, but putting them like in the drawers.
Those are two of the easiest things for me.
Bro, I fucking hate it.
Why I not enjoy it, but why I like folding my laundry is because I fold it a specific way so that it'll fit in all my drawers properly.
I don't know. Like, I fucking hate it.
I fold it a specific way, and like my mom doesn't fold it the way I do. So sometimes if she ever does fold my laundry, I'll literally unfold it and refold it.
Fuck that.
Yeah, you're very particular with stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've noticed that about you.
It's got to fit.
You don't have OCD, but you're very particular, like I said.
Yeah.
My biggest problem is not folding my clothes.
Yeah, that shit will lay there for like same.
I'm gonna pull out the basket type motherfucker.
He lives in that basket.
Yeah.
lives or dies by that basket.
Oh my god, in fucking Miami, bro. That shit was hilarious. So I'm like, what is this? I'm like,
fuck a suitcase. Bring my basket.
Yeah, they laughing at because I don't have a travel bag. So I fold. This is the only time I fold too. Listen, this is I fold sometimes. This is
just hilarious.
When I do fold, most likely I'm folding it up, putting it in my basket as a to-go basket.
Let's go.
As a to-go basket.
So we all went to Miami, and me and Ryan went up a day early, and I brought my clothes in my basket. I got there, Eric's like, "What the fuck is your basket doing here?" I'm like, "That's where I keep my clothes." Every time I go to Atlanta, I bring the basket.
Hey, it's convenient though. Shit, I'm not. That's just convenient.
It's
as
super
fuck.
convenient.
You don't have to unzip anything.
The reason why I did it for Miami though, because if I do use a travel bag, it's yours. So in that time frame, I couldn't.
I do need to get a new one because that one's too big.
I need to get one.
Yeah, that one's big as fuck. So like sometimes for like if I'm just going for the weekend and shit, like I'll overpack just because like the bag is not full enough and I feel like I don't have enough clothes and I already overpack as it is.
I like a selection.
Overpack?
I do. I'll fucking bring like for 2 days like 4 or 5 outfits because I don't know what the fuck.
Selection.
I overpack.
I have usually, for instance, any kind of trip I go on, I'll have an outfit for. Usually, I pick at least 2 outfits a day, if not 3 outfits a day.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Just because
all my pairs of shoes.
2 reasons. Yeah. One, we live in Florida; it's hot as a bitch. So I already figured my morning outfit. I'm gonna get hot, so I'm gonna have to shower and then I'm gonna change for like dinner. Or usually it's more casual and then a dress up outfit. Yeah. And like even when I went on cruises,
in Miami though.
But
Miami,
even
you didn't really give a fuck.
No, but even like
I had a couple outfits though, but I didn't.
You had more dressy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we were going more casual, so I was like, "Fuck."
But even if my dad lives in Jacksonville, I'll go up there for a weekend. I'll pack like 4 or 5 outfits for no reason. It's like because I already know what we're doing. We're either we'll go out to eat one night, and then the next night we'll cook at the house, barbecue, drink, this, that, whatever. So it's like I have no reason to bring 5 pairs of shoes and 3 pairs of pants and 5 shirts and 50 pairs of underwear and shit. Like it's just like all unnecessary shit. Yeah. But part of it is because my bag is so big, my duffel bag is so big, it looks empty. I'm like, damn, I just feel like I'm missing something, even though
that is a thing for trips. I'll even pre-pack. I'll be like, fuck it, I might go swimming. I'll pack like 6 pair. Like I'm going for 2 days. It's fucking 6 to 8 pairs of boxers. Like I got 6 to 8 pairs of socks. I'm like, who knows? They could get wet.
When I go to Atlanta, I bring a basket full of clothes.
A basket. Jordan has damn baskets, man.
Bunch of shit hanging. 6 pairs of shoes. Like, it's crazy.
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe for Jordan. Get this man a duffel bag.
Relax. You probably have one that I could just take.
Bow.
I mean, I'm gonna take
that picture of those Jaguars in your room.
You're not.
Too. Watch one day that shit's not gonna be there. That shit's fucking
but
clean.
You like that picture?
I do. It was in that hallway for a while, and I'm like, bro, let me take it. Let me just take it. He's like, no. I'm just like, come on, it's not even.
And then went and put it in his room. That's an asshole move.
Well, I mean,
it's not like you own it.
It was up there.
I don't think he did it purposely.
I didn't even put it. I didn't. That photo went up there before I got back.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well.
Anyways,
got a little off track there, but
we did.
Nice conversation.
Whole topics.
I mean, last week we were talking about a lot of music dropping. Scary Hours 2 dropped, and that Anderson .Paak Bruno Mars single dropped.
Let's talk about. I want to start with the Anderson.
Go ahead.
I want to start with Anderson and Bruno for y'all.
Go ahead. No, say.
We want to start on a positive note, but go ahead.
I wanted to start with you guys because I wanted to hear your opinion before.
I mean,
I like it. It's groovy.
I like it.
It was a groovy beat. I'll give it that.
I was surprised. Not really surprised, but
Anderson
I mean, like I said, I was just wondering how they were gonna, how everything was gonna work out as far as like, who's gonna take the lead where, who's. as far as like vocal range, who's gonna take over with the hooks and shit like that, like just how they were gonna place everything and shit. I mean, with this first single, Leave the Door Open. I think it was that Anderson .Paak started, and then Bruno Mars was just taking the hook and what he did with it. Like, I think it was phenomenal. I think it was a really good song.
I think it's a good song.
I think it's gonna be. It just made me excited for the album. I think it's gonna be A1. It should. I mean, musically, just strictly musically. I mean, and this is what we're only 3 months into the year now. When that drops, it's probably gonna be the
album of the year. You're not the first person I've heard say that. That's conversation on social media right now.
How can it? I mean, how can it not? Like,
and
if you got Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars,
it makes my ears bleed.
Watch the video.
You don't know what you're talking about. So.
Makes my ears fucking bleed.
The video is really good, and you can see the artistic values in the music video. They're dressed up in the 70s attire. Yeah. Anderson .Paak is on the drums, and then you have Bruno off in the cut.
Yeah.
No, you knew it was gonna be some groovy shit. I mean, y'all had said that from the start. Well, Anderson .Paak. I mean, like I said, y'all read the group message. I fucked with the song until I heard Bruno.
Bro, he killed it. The minute
I heard that, I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. I mean, I had said it all last week. I'm not a fan of this man.
Bro,
I don't know how you're not.
Honestly, he has such a smooth voice, bro. He's smooth.
Pretty simple. I don't like it.
And he sings about shit that you like. Fuck women, rich lifestyle. Fucking.
A lot of people
We
sing
talked
about that.
this last week. Jacob is not a serenader. He's not a seducer. That's not his style.
I seduce with my words, not my music collection.
I mean,
where do you think some of them words come from?
From the lifestyle, from
like
experience.
I said, I can say it. I don't need to listen to them say it.
I don't know. I thought it was really good. I said,
I did enjoy the beat, but like I said, I'm not a fan of Bruno Mars. So when I started hearing him,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of surprises me that you don't like more musical shit, because you say that you like more beats and shit like that over lyrics. So it just surprises me that you're not more of a musical person.
The beat was a fucking phenomenal
like
beat.
musical in the sense that like you like kind of like branch out a little more, because you kind of stick to like your bread and butter.
Well, I like more upbeat.
That's what I was gonna say.
Beats.
Jacob is more of a high tempo beat type of person.
I like faster beats. I'm not more of a slow like.
Yeah, but even that, I mean,
I can go into that, but like I have to be in a mood for that. Most of the time,
if I play anything slow when I'm DJing and he's around, he's like, nah, change that shit.
Yeah,
too
like
slow.
every
time.
I usually correct. Like I gotta be. My energy is up here. Like if I'm trying to get brought down, like I don't know, it's got to be a unique situation.
I don't know. I mean, kind of a little off topic. I've been kind of exploring a little bit. I don't know if
I've noticed that
Stimulator Jones, man, he's a groovy fuck. Stimulator Jones, check that out. He's kind of a R&B soul. He has a jazz album. Like
he's of this time frame.
Yeah, he just dropped. He had a jazz album just dropped this year.
Wow.
The album that I've been listening to dropped in 2018. But like, I mean, he's a white dude too. If you listen to him, you would not think that. But he plays all his own instruments and shit. Like I checked him out on YouTube. After I started listening to him.
Yeah, he's like your boy Mark Rebellet or what's his name?
Yeah, kind of. I feel like he's a little bit more. He's not as out there as I forget how to Mark Ripley or some shit. I forget how to pronounce his name too. But yeah, he's kind of that same cloth. But he plays more instruments. Like, I wish I could pronounce his last name. He plays more like he's just on a loop machine. He plays the piano and just loops everything. Like the Stimulator Jones is. I was watching a video with Ryan last night. Like he's playing every instrument that you hear in the songs.
Wow.
So I mean, that shit. If you get a chance, listen to that Stimulator Jones. That shit is a fucking vibe. But kind of back to the Anderson .Paak, Bruno Mars shit. I think is going to be album of the year. Just based off those two guys musically, what they do. I think and based off what we just heard off of that single, I think it's.
I mean, just for conversation and the fact that you guys are so. For it, of course I'm going to listen to it, and I'll listen to the whole fucking album. I'll digest it. We'll see how I feel about it. But me personally, Bruno is not. I'm trying. I listened to the song. None of y'all told me to listen to it. I listened to it by myself.
You did, I peeped.
I listened to the whole fucking song just so that I could, be a part of the conversation and shit with it. I like this. Like I said, I like the song in a whole because of the beat. It was They did pick a good beat with it. It was, up tempo, but a little slowed down at the same time. But just Bruno, man, work harder, damn it! I don't care. I don't care what kind of artist you are. Work harder.
I don't know if
work harder to please me because you suck. Nah, I'm just kidding. I know there's Bruno fans and whatever. You're a Bruno fan, but
hot take. I mean,
Bruno ain't my
musically
guy.
inclined people know what Bruno is. Not to say that you're not musically inclined. But
it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Like I said when I was texting y'all about it. He's just not my cup of tea. But
that's what it is.
I'll try to keep an open mind. I'm gonna listen to the album when it drops. So we'll see how it goes.
Bootsy Collins is gonna be some groovy shit.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
We'll see how
the
it
single
goes.
made me excited. I like the song, so the video was great.
Yeah, I got
it was everything. It was exactly what I thought. It was
I haven't watched the video
in a good way.
Yeah,
maybe I should watch the video. We'll see.
I've seen like little clips of it, but I haven't seen the whole thing.
They're really just in a studio room. Dressed in some 70s attire, equipment everywhere, just getting groovy, essentially. Yeah. So it's a good video.
Turn up, fucking.
Not necessarily on our topics, but did you see Tory dropped like a R&B
capsule?
Yeah.
You see, he went #1 without any support from music platforms.
Yeah.
You know, they do not support his music because of what's going on.
Yeah.
He's got that open case, so they don't post him on anywhere. You have to physically type his name in and the album name to find the music, and he still went #1. So.
It shows. I mean, it kind of shows Tory's fandom, though.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, surprising kind of that he has that type of that pull in a sense. I guess that people are. Yeah. I mean, people are looking for him.
Mm-hmm. I'm not picking any sides in that Meg Thee Stallion Tory thing. Like, I hope they get down to the bottom of it. They figure everything out. But in the time frame we're in now, like, it's guilty until proven innocent instead of innocent until proven guilty. So. Yep. You're automatically
labeled something, yeah. But and even then, even if you're proven if you're proven innocent,
the allegation is enough.
Yeah, it's already
correct.
there. Like the stigma's already there,
and that cancel culture. Yeah, they're things fucking like this, quick with it.
Things like with the court and shit, it draws out. So like it allows people to build more narratives and allows people to just run with certain shit and run with rumors and shit. So like even if he beats the case, even if he's proven innocent, like this was all whatever, like it's still a stain because of how long it took and just everything that came out and the way that shit was handled and shit like that. So I mean, not that he can't come back from it because apparently, like obviously, like it's not really affecting him.
There ain't nothing to come back from. Exactly, like he's already there.
But as far as public perception, though,
5 years time, nobody will give a fuck. In my opinion.
I mean, I was saying that fucking when this first happened, I was like, no, like this is just the time that it happened was right in the middle of quarantine. It's right in the middle of lockdown. So like he was big with the quarantine radio, like he was making a fucking killing. Then this shit happens, and it kind of like
and it helped. For instance, it helped Meg Thee Stallion project her numbers too on her project.
I thought it. I mean,
it helped her get a lot bigger.
I thought it was a publicity stunt for a little bit. Like
it seemed like one because it helped her a shit ton.
Yeah, I mean, and it doesn't.
Tory kind of took the L on it, but as you see, he didn't really take an L.
Like how big of an L really was it? Exactly. So I mean, like it's. Again, once everything gets figured out, I guess it's really not going to matter anyways because people are still listening to his music, and that's really, I mean, that's what he's known for. That's how he makes his money. So I mean, it's not
Jordan
really,
never stopped.
It's not.
Never stop what?
Listening to him.
You don't know my life.
It's like,
well, I mean, speaking of Tory Lanez, his big brother, fucking Drake.
Yeah,
his big brother.
Just fucking his big brother.
Drop Scary Hours too.
We'll go back to what we were talking about. All right, Scary Hours. Yeah, how do you feel about it?
We start.
I mean, we already kind of talked about it, but
I let a few days go by. I like the songs. I'm not the biggest fan of them, especially because the What's Next record leaked early, so I'd already heard it.
Yeah,
I'd already been on it for like a week's time.
Yeah,
so
I saw it on Twitter. It's probably my favorite track out of the three.
Probably, yeah.
And I think, I mean, if he's putting out shit like that on Certified Lover Boy, then
I like the Baby joint though. The Baby joint is hard.
It's not bad. He does. That's the one that he takes shots at. Ye, right?
Yeah.
Or we don't know if it is.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't know if it's a shot.
Yeezys.
I need me some Jesus.
Yeah. Not only that, he says the earrings is real, the petty is real. I might charge my ex for a feature. He's talking about Rihanna or Georgia or one of the fucking superstar women he's been with. But I would imagine it
could be J-Lo for all.
I mean, they were talking about the Yeezus line, the Kanye line that's kind of taken. It's referring to him and Kim's affair and whatnot.
Probably.
Do you think they really fucked?
That's what he's talking about on.
I know that's what he's talking about, but
what's the Jay-Z song that he redid?
Fucking Drake. It's possible.
Talk Up.
No, not Talk Up. Song Cry. What's the name of the song?
When to say when.
When to say when. That's what he's talking about on that record. I forget the bars exactly. Let me bring them up.
I believe it.
But
I definitely
that's
believe it.
fucking rough, bro. Oh my god.
And now they're getting
that
divorced?
Shit's fucking rough.
I believe it for sure.
Man, that must be the worst fucking feeling. Knowing you're fucking the girl that you're fucking with is fucking someone else. That's got to be the
not only
worst.
that,
feeling.
your arch nemesis, your biggest competition.
That's got to
in the
be
game.
the worst fucking feeling, bro.
You women, not all of you.
Not all of it.
That's a dark game.
Yeah. That shit.
We do it too, though. I mean, we're a part of it.
We do, but like,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
man, that
Double
shit's
standards,
fucking
man.
rough.
Double
That's
standards.
checkmate.
That is like, what do you
If that
do?
comes out, it's checkmate.
What do you do from there?
Right.
What is he? I mean, it's Kanye West, so like, I guess like when there's levels to it, like it's really like. Personally to him, it will probably hurt, but like public perception, it's really not gonna matter. Like I don't think this divorce
It will.
Personal will hurt
You
way
think
more.
so?
Yeah.
Personal
If it came out at the time that it was a conversation, it would have hurt him big time. And that's what Jay Prince was talking about when he was on that press run during that beef. And people were asking him, well, you know, Drake's not going to put out this diss record that he says he has, but have you heard any of it? He's like, I have. And he's like, and the ingredients that are involved in the record would hurt Kanye a lot, like career wise. It would, you know, there's some things in there that would fuck with Push, but as far as what it would have did to Kanye, it would have been very tough. And the fact that around that time Kanye was pressed about it, Kiki, do you love
he made
me?
that video in Chicago.
He made that video
walking through
when the
Chicago.
train is passing by. He's like, you know, don't be putting my wife's initials in a song, but he felt a way about it, probably for good reason.
Yeah,
because whether they had dealings while they were together or while they weren't together or whatever the case may be, I think Drake and Kim Kardashian had some type of situation.
Man,
And
Snoop
it would be
Dogg
hard
said it best. Snoop Dogg said it best. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
Yeah. He also dissed Kanye West about it during that time. He's like, that's why you're mad, because Drake put dick off in your bitch. He said that specifically. So, I mean, if that happened,
Snoop's a funny guy.
if that happened, I mean, I feel bad for Ye in a sense, but Drake is.
Bro, I feel bad for him. That
himself?
shit is
He's top shotter. He's the best sniper of all time if he pulled that off.
Drake?
Yeah. 100%.
Oh man, that's
J-Lo, Rihanna, and Kim Kardashian. What?
I mean, those are. I mean,
That's
those,
just to add to the plethora.
That's beauty, generational beauty right there. Those are
Correct.
the finest women in our generation.
Yeah.
Looked upon as.
Only thing he'd be missing is Beyonce.
Serena Williams. Hold
Shouts
on.
out to Hov.
Y'all forgot about a couple. Serena.
She's
Serena.
Serena's got a fat ass.
Serena does it for some people. For me, she doesn't.
She is a little manly, but she does have a fat ass. She is. She's brolic. She's
got
big.
strong features.
Yeah, she is.
She is.
But
But she water back to me. Fuck, I gotta work out more.
I mean, when you're the
The
fucking
tennis swing.
greatest women's tennis player of all time, like you know,
You're gonna be fit.
exactly. And she,
Watch
I mean,
out for Naomi Osaka though.
we'll see.
She's
I mean,
still got a lot to- she's still got a lot to do to
got
catch
Only
up.
something Grand Slams to go to even touch Serena.
I mean,
but
because
still.
that was the same thing with Tiger Woods and Jack Nicholson. That's the one that everybody was saying that Tiger Woods was going to blow his majors record out of the fucking water. And now 10, 15 years later, it doesn't seem he's not going to catch up to him now because of that car accident and shit. But like everybody
Jack
thought
Nicholson's record though.
yeah, it is. He has the most majors in all time.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that.
I thought Tiger was the greatest, but I think you
I mean,
might be right about that.
Tiger Woods is probably not even probably. He is the greatest golfer of all time, but majors wise, he doesn't have the most.
Wow, that's crazy.
Jack Nicklaus, my bad.
But I mean,
so you're right.
Golf is a long game. You play that shit till you're 75 years old.
Yeah.
Maybe not 75,
but yeah, you can play for a while.
Yeah,
it's more of a skill. It's more of a
Jack
technique
Nicklaus.
than it is athleticism.
Yeah, because I was gonna say Jack Nicholson has fucking plays with Tiger. Like they play
So
against
Jack or Phil.
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 It is Phil.
That's why you were confusing the fuck out of me.
Philly boy.
Phil.
But yeah, I mean,
it's Mickelson.
that damn yeah. I don't know.
It's not even Nicholson. It's Mickelson. Phil Mickelson.
Yeah.
I
feel like Phil Mickelson is what Peyton Manning is to Tom Brady. In a sense,
A close run.
I would say Peyton Manning is a greater football. I feel like he's held in higher regard in the NFL than Phil Mickelson is in golf.
Probably.
Is that fair enough?
Yeah.
I'm not really a big golf fan.
I would say so.
Big golf fan, but Peyton Manning, like he changed what all the bullying at the line of scrimmages and calling your own plays and being a coach on the field, like for real.
Omaha.
Yeah, I mean, he changed that forever.
Yeah,
he changed the intellectual part of the game.
He did.
For quarterbacks and shit. So
he's a brainiac.
He's got a fucking giant head. He better have a big old brain.
Well,
His forehead is fucking this fucking
7
big.
head? What do you mean? It's not even
God,
it's not even a
he's got
5 head, not
fucking
even a 6 head.
giant
That
ass
man has got a
fucking
7 head.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
But back to Drake. I like the
that motherfucker. I love his music, but he is a motherfucker. He is.
He's the biggest.
He does not give a damn. He fucking shoots.
He's the
for
petty
hearts.
king. He's the petty king.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess if this is a preview for what Certified Lover Boy is gonna be, it gives me a little bit more hope. I know I was talking a little shit last week.
Really?
Yeah. I know I was talking my shit a little bit last week and whatever, but if he's like, what next? He's and the shit with Lil. All three of them really, because I didn't really like the Lemon Pepper freestyle. It was kind of whatever.
It was Ross.
He did go on. He went like what, like how many verses did he have on there? Like the last two verses are Drake, and he goes on for both of them. Yeah. But it was kind of whatever for me.
It's fucking 6 minute song.
Yeah, it was kind of whatever for me. But like if this is the preview for it, I'm expecting a little bit more like a touch of R&B shit and stuff like that. But if this
rap,
if this is what a preview for Certified Lover Boy, then like I was saying, he needs to, if he wants to prove those rap critics wrong, he need to go and fucking just spit bars and
I guess that's what he's focused on, because he ain't throw out a lovey-dovey R&B record, even on this little Scary Hours thing. So, we'll see.
Scary Hours is different, He might, who knows? Certified Lover Boy. The title kind of pegs it as he's gonna throw something out of that, R&B feel.
For me, I like the records, but I feel like it's more of the same. And I was telling somebody, it seems like with that, I don't know if he can take it to another level. I think we're just going to get what we've always gotten.
Which, again, it isn't bad.
It's not bad, but I don't
feel like Drake puts out quality music every time.
I don't feel like the records have been massive since God's Plan.
Which, what was like 3 years ago now?
Around that time, yeah. Since that push thing happened, it hasn't connected the same, the records. I'm not saying that they haven't
like
been
for
good.
You personally, or like what you feel like
on a mainstream level.
Listen,
other than in my feelings,
because I had to drive for work. I was driving somebody else's truck this week because the foreman was out for that truck, and they listened to Hip Hop Nation on XM radio. But the day before they were giving Drake fucking, he's about to drop. He's going to drop the Scary Hour shit, like da-da-da, this and that. Like, they were fucking, that was every commercial break. Anytime that the R&M and the DJs, they were giving him his fucking shit. So it kind of like, all right, well, he's still Drake. Like, just
based off what he's done legacy-wise.
Exactly.
We're always going to pay attention and be on edge for his new shit.
And especially just because what I was saying last week, it's like, all right, like.
Just Drake as a person. He's funny as fuck.
Just Drake as a person.
He is funny as fuck. Nice guy, you ever watch, like, for instance,
the handshake shit with Will Ferrell?
The Will Ferrell.
The more I hear it, the less I like it.
Drake and Blake, with him and Blake Griffin. Like,
he's dresses up as fucking Manny Pacquiao.
That man is funny as fuck.
He is a funny guy. He has that TV background.
Yeah,
he comes from Degrassi. He has that actor background.
Correct.
But then that also comes to, is he just playing a persona? Is he just, playing this rapper persona because that's what he knows how to act? He knows how to play the part.
His mansion's big enough.
I said this. I feel like he kind of ushered in this era of rap. As much as I hate on it and I don't really like it, as far as like people I guess are putting on a front of something that they're not, trying to be hard, running with people that they don't usually run with and shit like that, and like not really being from that cloth, but like associating with it and making it cool. I feel like Drake is the one that started that, because he's not from that. He ran with it, but the difference with Drake is, and a lot of other rappers that do it now, is that he can actually rap and he actually earned the respect of these people. I feel like, an example, just like guys like 6ix9ine, all these SoundCloud rappers that are using, in street life for clout and shit like that. They didn't really have the ties like that. They can't really rap. They didn't really earn the respect. They were just fucking doing handshake deals and business deals and shit like that, and weren't really like earning their stripes. I will give it to Drake that I feel like he, even though he wasn't from there, he earned it. Like he went in there and was going, bar for bar with people and like, watch this. Like, you can do this. Let me show you. And you know, he did that shit.
A majority of the street shit that he has talked about, it's from like a third person's perspective. It's never been from like
I was doing this.
Right.
Correct.
People I've been around. I've seen this happen.
I mean, Florida with Love. That's a perfect example.
Right. I mean, Wayne found him. So, for instance, that's a heavy background of
Jazz found him, but Wayne
made him.
Put him on.
Wayne made Drake who Drake is.
Yeah.
Or helped him get to who he is. I mean,
you could hear. I mean, especially now. Like now that I look back at when Drake first came on, when he was rapping with Lil Wayne, like Young Money coming up and shit like that, you could hear a lot of the influence that Wayne has on Drake.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, Wayne has a lot of influence on a lot of rappers, though.
But more specifically, Drake, because he was
more specifically right because that was his right hand.
He snatched Drake up at the height of Wayne's career, though.
Yeah,
like, Drake was around him when he was cutting classic records.
Yeah. Like nothing. Like it was it was just fucking.
Exactly.
That's what he was.
And that's what he was learning. That's what he was seeing every day. That's what was teaching him basically how to do it. That's why Drake's success has lasted so long and continues to last because. He learned the formula.
He stayed away from the drugs.
Right.
He learned the formula. He was like, all right, this is what he's doing to be popular, this demographic. And then Drake also
catchy lines.
Threw some shit to be like getting into for instance, the biggest demographic is the youth, The youth will always,
youth runs music essentially. What the kids are listening to, that's what is usually the most popular.
1,000%.
100%. But we said this last week. His biggest demographic and why he is undefeated
is women.
Women. Yeah. He will always have the women. And
you pull up, you're driving with your shorty, whatever.
It's a fucking.
You're gonna listen to some Drake shit.
Yeah, it's easy to fucking.
That's what makes him so. He can do both sides. Like he can please the women. And the street niggas respect him too. Like
he fucking spits.
He still spits. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's tough. He's one of the only people, if not the only person, that can walk that line.
And that's what he
and
does.
Not be too far left or right on either side.
That's what he does. He fucking rides that line perfectly. He tight ropes that shit. Like he's fucking just straight and narrow. Like he's gonna give you a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but it doesn't. And again, like it as of late, it seems like he's been reaching to me personally. Mm-hmm. It seems like he's been reaching, but more times than not, like he's giving everybody what they want and still staying within himself.
Right.
Again, like I said last week, I feel like as of recently with the, just the little examples that I gave, it does seem like he's kind of reaching a little bit. But again, like I said, he drops Certified Lover Boy and it's fucking, it's the shit.
Could easily be like, well,
exactly. I look fucking dumb as shit for even questioning anything. And then, I just, fuck what I say. But again, that's what we're here for. We're in the opinion giving business.
Yes. Yeah, we are. Like most people.
Give you an opinion every week. Bow. Check them all out.
But, like I said, it has given me a little bit more hope for Certified Lover Boy. Not that I thought it was going to be bad, because I don't think Drake puts out bad music, but I was a little concerned as far as like, where his mindset was
what
at. What
you were going to get from it.
Exactly. What we're getting from it.
He's so petty. That Rihanna line, he's done that in both Scary Hours, too, because the first Scary Hours.
Diplomatic Immunity, I'm going to say this. I'll take that over this one.
Right. The first Scary Hours? I agree with you. But in Diplomatic Immunity, because specifically, he says, catering is from Giorgio Baldi, Robin's favorite. Mm-hmm. Shit is cool, but I prefer Madeo.
Yeah.
Like, that was his first shot. And then Scary Hours 2, I might charge my ex for a feature.
Wasn't God's Plan on Scary Hours the first one? It was. I know there was two
God's
songs.
Plan in Diplomatic Immunity. Yeah. So it was better.
Yeah, it was.
But, I like the records.
Boom.
I might charge my ex for a feature. Would you charge your ex for anything if you
ran
into her later?
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Charge her double.
Shit.
And then deposit the money and give it to Felicia. That's fucked up.
Shit. Hell yeah. Shit. It's like, you're my ex for a reason. Now you got to pay. Pay up.
Bow.
But, and I'll try not to be petty, but shit. Sometimes if the opportunity presents
I don't have an ex, so we all good, baby. You know what I mean?
Not technically. You don't have an ex.
Not technically.
Well, on a technicality.
We all got exes, but just not technically.
My not technicallys can get charged double too. But I was charging my not technicallys. You dig? You know what I'm saying?
You dig? You're stupid.
Oh fuck! Man. Good times. I fucking choose to that.
It's like, why not? That's funny.
Fuck. Oh, we got another quick, 15 minutes.
We got a good 15, 20 minutes.
shit real quick.
Females, we love you. You can sign off.
Oh, they know.
NBA mid-season.
That's not a misconception.
Yeah. I'm just talking. We're getting into some NBA talk. I know y'all don't really watch basketball that much. The ones that do, hey, by all means.
I was talking about that with a female as of recently, last night, and she's like, "That's going to be a boring episode."
Yeah, anytime we talk about basketball, they already tell me they already sign off. So I let y'all know in advance. All right. Bye-bye.
Hey, but that should
Love
be.
you.
Listen, this should be. Fucking, if you're trying to fucking please somebody, if you're a woman trying to please a man, fucking listen to basketball talk real quick. You have something to relate on.
You could learn something. You could learn something.
It's like, listen, fucking compromise. Listen, I got to sit down and listen to whatever the fuck you got to say about whatever the fuck I don't care about. Shit. Listen to some sports real quick. Some real talk. If we will
get canceled one day, and that's the day that we pop. So it don't matter. It really does not matter. I was just thinking about that.
Who do you think out of the three of us would get canceled first?
You.
What?
I don't know. Eric makes
I wasn't pointing at you. I was saying your opinion.
Eric makes strong points,
but they're valid.
They're valid.
I don't say anything that's too out of pocket.
Sometimes I believe it's me too, though.
Yeah. Sometimes I do, but most times it's like
you double dip. You live a lifestyle and then talk about other things.
I get it. No, I understand that it would be me because 2 reasons. 1, I don't give a flying fuck, and 2, it just is. It might happen.
No, but you're very likable. It's like people can't get mad at you. So like you could say some outlandish shit. And people are like, oh, that's just Jacob.
I usually do. But yeah, I have gotten away with a lot of shit. So we'll see. Hopefully it never happens.
How about this? None of us get canceled because we're just the shit. We could just say what the fuck we want. How about that?
That's not reality, though.
This is our platform, though.
But the thing with canceling is that like you have to
care.
Exactly. Well, you have to. You have to care, but like I feel like you have to.
Call me Tory. You can cancel me. I'll still go number 1.
No.
Bow.
But like you have to like. I don't know. Like you have to not be likable. I feel like if people don't like you, that's why they want to cancel you. Like because there's been people that are likable that try to get canceled and they're canceled for a little bit, but then they come back and make a comeback, and then it's a nice little comeback story.
They cancel Boosie every month, but he's entertaining.
My point exactly. If you have some type of likable quality or characteristic, you might get canceled for a week or so, and then boom, like you're back because people are.
I still love you.
Exactly. People are gonna get upset, but then people get the fuck over it, and that's it.
Boosie might be the funniest person on Instagram, bro. That dolphin
Don't cut
shit,
his fucking dick off.
Yeah, that shit was fucking hilarious. That is crazy. But then he did the Lori Harvey thing.
Yeah. What exactly did he say about that though? Because I saw it, but I didn't really. I mean, and again, it's just me. I didn't really see anything that was so like outlandish and out of line. He went
on Vlad and basically said that like
she's a hoe, kind of.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, is
right, but
is he lying?
No, but everybody everybody makes her like goals. Like Lori Harvey is like goals, and he's like, we got to let that go. He basically was saying like we have to give the flowers to the men that have been hooking up with her. Why don't we give them the flowers instead of giving her the flowers for moving how she's moved?
Yeah, I mean, I think in that case nobody gets flowers.
True.
It's just like she's just fucking moving around how she wants.
Right.
Hey, do what you want. You have your opinion on it, but fuck.
20 years ago, it wouldn't have been a conversation. Though. It's all about social media. It's we only know about this shit because of social media and it's popularized.
Well, that and the fact that there's double standards.
But like that's what I was just.
What's the double standard?
That's what I was just about to say though.
A dude can fuck 1,000 bitches. A girl fucks 5. Like stop being a hoe.
Right.
It's a double standard.
You don't judge them off that?
I'm not saying I didn't.
The thing with that is that women will judge women off of that too.
Yeah.
Women not anymore.
Women, well, not as much as.
Not that shit. Remember the shit I showed you? That video that was like on
oh my god,
in the sauna. Yes. Oh my god,
he showed me a video. It was on Instagram, right? Her friends. So it's a group of friends, girlfriends, that they threw a party for one of their friends because she just caught her 40th body.
It was like on a meme page. Like
they
threw her a party.
They had the banner, happy 40, like all this shit.
Cake?
No, it was a regular ass cake. It should have been a dick cake, but it's like.
But it was just like. Just seeing it, I was like, what?
My thing with that is though is that like in situations like that, just like the type of like culture as far as like dating culture that it is right now, like you can't put it all on the woman or all on the man. Like, you can blame the woman for doing what she does, but then the men are fucking condoning it and enabling it and shit like that. Because I mean, in all honesty, and I might be telling on us a little bit, but how do guys talk about girls?
Relax.
All right, well, I'll leave it at that. But like, it's like you can't ask for a woman to. And again, I think me personally, I think the over sexualization of women has gone like. It's gotten to a point where it's like, all right, like I like a sexy woman, but like there's sometimes I can't scroll through Twitter without a bitch like showing her asshole and her fucking vagina, like spreading that shit on Twitter for everyone to see. Yeah. I'm just like, at some point there's a fine line between like classy, sexy, and just being a straight out hoe. Yeah, it's just like,
I mean, there is a double standard, but the thing is, like, we hold women in a high regard. That's what it is. Like, for us, they're special creatures.
They're like angels.
They're like angels. So when it's tainted, it's like it's totally different.
It hurts that much more. It hurts that much more.
For a man, we expect you to be a dog. We don't see men in that like
because we were never perceived as angels. We're perceived as, you know, men nitty gritty. Like
we're
dirty.
Hard,
we're fucking
hard.
dogs.
Yeah.
We're
Exactly.
fucking savages. We're
right.
You know, we're like
women,
the ones
like,
that went to war, like everything.
As a special creature,
as,
and then once they do that, they lose their luster, and it hurts.
It does. It hurts bad, but it's like
that's what it is. It's not that like we want to judge them more. It's just that like they're more special to us.
It is.
So in our minds, we don't expect them to act like that. But in reality, they have some of the same mindsets
and
that
I
we
was
do.
just about to say, it's not fair for us to hold them to that type of standard. But at the same time, and again, this is just, you know, coming from a male's perspective, you know, growing up around women, you know, and the women that I grew up around were very strong women. So it's like, I have a different perception on it, but I also understand like the pressures of just whether you're a man or a woman, the pressures that society puts on you. Yep. The certain roles that you have to play and shit, the certain expectations that society puts on you. And then now on top of that, you have the social media aspect now.
Yeah.
So
everybody
I mean,
has
like,
an opinion.
Exactly. So like the pressure and shit of like I get it, but like at a certain point, and as guys, we gotta fucking, if we don't want women acting a certain way, we can't play into the narratives that are going on nowadays. And I'm just as guilty of it as anybody else. But I like
what narratives?
100%. We got to do better.
Of fucking
100%.
just.
But we've enabled
women
so much.
And just kind of like, damn, tits, oh, ass, oh, vagina, like just seeing women and just.
I can't help that.
I
want to, but I.
But again, I mean, it's more of just training your mind. Listen, because like, in all honesty, like. It's hard not to. Like, you see it, like, and again, I feel like it's the same from women. Women won't express it as much, and they do it more often now just because of just, again, where we're at as a society and culture and shit like that. But, like, we got to stop just as wholes, just looking at each other like fucking pieces of meat and, like, just using people for gain, whatever it is, whatever the fuck your gain is, whether it's something like, you know, financial, whether it's fucking something, you know, I have a certain idea and vision in my head of how I want my life to be, and this person just happens to be there, so I'm going to use them to get to that point. Like, we got to fucking break out of that shit and fucking see each other as not man and woman. Obviously, that shit's obvious. Not as black and white. That shit's fucking obvious. Right. Seeing us as fucking people. We are all fucking people. We all go through fucking shit. We all have fucking problems, issues, dilemmas, this, that, whatever, and fucking relate on that level. Yeah. And understand that the superficial, surface shit, like, it's obvious. Okay, I get that you're a woman. I get that you're a man. I get that you're white, you're black, you're Spanish. Like, that shit is obvious to fucking see. And if I can't... And nowadays with all this, you know, with everybody, you know, mixed this, that, whatever, you know, you ask questions or whatever, but like, we got to get out of this, like, just seeing surface shit and like
by nature we're physical though. Men are we're physical creatures
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? We see things on a physical level, and that's where the appeal comes. I
mean, for anybody though. I mean, Jacob. I know Jacob has said it on the podcast before. I'm sure we all said it. Like, what's the first thing that when you look at a woman or something, the first thing that you look at is like, all right, she's cute, she's attractive. It's the first. That's what's going to attract you to somebody.
Right.
Well, yes, because I've said, like, for instance, you know how people always used to, we've heard it our whole lives. It's what's on the inside, not on the outside. I understand that 100% because what's on the inside makes somebody that much more attractive.
Yeah, or that less attractive.
That's a fact.
Correct.
That's a fact.
But you cannot, no woman out there, everyone who's listening, no man out there can tell me they fucking automatically fell in love with somebody because you have to have some form of attraction to that person. Like I get, there's a rare circumstances where maybe they did not find any attraction and then they got to know him and then they liked him.
Sometimes
there is that. But for the most part, I feel like you have to have at least like, oh, she has pretty eyes. Like you gotta compliment the woman on something. You gotta like, I don't know. There's some sort of attraction there.
I mean, that's what I mean. And again, that's what usually brings people together. There's some type of physical attraction.
That's just our animalistic instincts that are like, oh, I want that. Like I see something like, oh, she is beautiful. Yeah. Like I want that.
To that point, it's like I hate when people try and say that. It's like, oh, well, we're humans. We're not animals. It's like, bitch, where the fuck do you think we come from? Like we
not from animals, but we
are animals. Instincts. What the fuck are you talking about? Humans are animals. What are you talking about?
I don't think we fucking came from monkeys. If that's
I didn't say monkeys. I did not say monkeys. I said animals. We are animals. Just like a fucking dog, animals, just like a dolphin. We need air to breathe. We have eyes that we look through. Like there's just a certain level of animalistic instinct that you said that we have in us because
like hunters and shit.
Exactly. And again, you fucking understand that, but don't let it fucking be the whole.
Correct. You can't let it like fucking consume your whole life and your whole perspective of the situation. But there is that instinct of like, oh, I find her attractive, so then I'm gonna get to know her better. And then if her personality matches the looks, it's like she could have, for instance, this is kind of gonna be a little shallow, but for instance, you see a girl like, you know, guys remember in high school you would like rate somebody. Say a girl is like rated a 7, you get to know the girl and that girl's personality is fucking out of this world. You're gonna put her on a higher pedestal than a fucking girl who might be not in high school maybe, but in real now. When you're a grown ass man,
back on that shit.
When you're a grown up, you're gonna fucking realize like, fuck the looks. I mean, looks come and go.
That's true.
I say that, but you know, I get that. But once you see someone on a different level or their personality, you get
to know somebody.
You see someone for their true colors. They can be elevated so much higher.
And I've been kind of this week is gonna be kind of whatever, but honesty to me is the biggest fucking thing. Like you could if you could just be real with me, especially in today, if you could be real with me and like not try and spare my fucking feelings and not try and do this, not trying to do that. Just be honest with me. Like that's all I ask from people. I don't ask for you to fucking just have your loyalties lie with me. I don't ask you to fucking go above and. But for me, with honesty comes loyalty. Because if you're honest with me, then the more honest you're being with me, the more loyal I feel like you will be with me.
True.
Like if you're telling me the fucking truth. Whether I want to hear it or not, though. Whether I want to hear it or not, though. Jordan, like if you're being honest with me, then it's like, how can I not respect that?
Right.
I don't have to like what you're saying. It might fucking kill me what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah.
But if you can do that and be honest, how can I not respect that?
True.
Because I mean that's what, especially in today, I see all the time. Man, everyone's so fake. I just want somebody to be real with me. Like this world is so fake this, fake that, fake ass, fake titties, fake jewelry, fake this, fake hair, fake everything. Mm-hmm. But then the minute that you're real with somebody and the minute that you're honest with somebody,
they don't like it.
They're fucking, oh no, you're a fucking asshole, this, that, whatever, that. And they start fucking coming up with a million excuses like, well, isn't this what you wanted? This is what you asked for, right?
Tell me how many times, for instance, I mean, this is going to sound kind of shitty on my part, but whatever.
Shallow again.
Anyone who's ever been on Tinder or Bumble, whatever, I know y'all have, shut the fuck up. Y'all have seen people are like, oh, my favorite trait in somebody is honesty, right? And then that exact fucking fact that people do not take. Sorry, people do not fucking take the truth for what it is. People, they say that, but they can't handle the fucking truth.
They don't want to hear it.
They don't want to. They don't want you to be honest with them. They want to hear what they want to hear.
Yeah,
they want to hear their truth. Honesty. They want to hear their truth. That's your fucking ego wanting to hear something. That is not the truth.
Yeah. So, man, I agree with you. I just, like I said.
So, ladies, I hope you actually did listen to this because we didn't talk about any NBA.
Ladies and fucking dudes, too.
Personality is what fucks me up, though. Like, that's what makes me fall for somebody at the end of the day. Yeah. I can get bored pretty easily with the physical stuff. You know what I'm saying? At a certain point, but like the personality, like that's what sticks.
Yeah,
with me.
if
the
you
fun that we have, the relatability, that's what fucks me up.
You can have good conversation if you can listen to music. You could vibe
laughs,
together.
Like, that's hard to duplicate.
It's hard to get rid of.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't happen to me with everybody.
It is hard but that's the thing though. Like, and I like making that genuine connection with somebody, and then thinking that like, I don't know, like this is us, and then you fucking find out some shit that they're fucking.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, what fucks me up is that they have that same connection
with somebody else, or they're trying.
God damn it, I'm not
trying
special.
to fucking exactly, and it's just like,
that hurts.
It is a shot to your fucking ego. It is a shot to your ego, but like again, at the same time, it fucking. Again, like
even for someone like myself,
you have to understand. You have to understand at the end of the day, like
who holds myself.
We're all people at the end of the day, like
right.
And we've said this quote. This is one of my favorite quotes. Like, people aren't against you; they're for themselves.
Right.
People aren't necessarily gonna do things to fucking piss you off. People are gonna do things sometimes because they feel like,
but
whether. For one reason or the other, they don't feel like they're getting what they can from you for whatever reason. So they'll go and look somewhere else. And it's not always personal. It's not that they don't like you. It's not that they didn't fucking feel some type of way about you or anything. It's just that you at the time were not able to give what you thought they wanted or what they needed. And, you go on. But at that same token, it's like, hey, just say something.
Yeah.
Instead of fucking just letting shit ride out and be, whatever, act like everything's all normal when it's not. Hey, listen, you said you can't give me this. I think we should go see other people. I think we should do something else. Right. I think, and then that's it. But like me personally, I can respect that 1,000 times more than it's like if you're just trying to play everything's cool and then trying to do things behind the scenes. Because like even if you weren't trying to hurt, there's gonna be hurt there, and it just seems shady. Exactly. It just seems shady.
Yeah. Not only that, we're young too, so it's like. It's less likely for somebody to sit there and stick it out with you when they have all this life ahead of them and all these different opportunities to take advantage.
Because on the second note of that, the people that annoy me the most are people who will go back to a situation knowing it already hasn't worked just because they're like trying to figure something out. Comfortable. Exactly. It's like, get out of your fucking comfort zone. Just because, for instance, for females, they're worried about that double standard. Oh, my number's going to go up. If that's not what you want, or if that's not the right situation for you, why the fuck are you still in it? And like when people even are like, "Oh no," but nobody is gonna change for you unless they honestly want to change. No one's gonna just change for you. Yeah. Somebody's gonna have to change if they want to change.
That's true.
Nobody's gonna make anybody change. That's just a fucking fact.
I mean, it's possible.
It's a possibility, but you have to.
I feel like you have influence on them, but they're not going to do it unless they want to.
Correct. True. If they care about you enough, or you care about them enough, you may change in a certain way to accommodate like what they want. But you're only doing that because you care for them. You're not doing it because. It might not have been something you wanted to do. If it's to benefit you, then yeah, I would say, go for it. Change a little bit. It's either adapt or die. So fuck it. Change a little bit, but.
This game's rough, man. It's a rough game. it's a fucking rough game, man. That shit is fucking. But again, like, I'm definitely like, I'm in that boat of like, I mean, I don't like to judge people off of like one instance. I'm definitely a type of person. And I mean, it's definitely in like, American cultures. Like, we like to see, like, give people second chances. We like to see redemptions. We like to see people fucking make up for what they did and try and fucking right their wrongs and shit. I'm definitely I am a victim of that. I am someone that if you fuck me over, I'm willing to give you a second chance. I'm willing to even give you a third chance sometimes, depending on how much I care for you.
Which isn't always the wrong thing.
It's not wrong,
but at the same thing, you got to take the. I would say maybe
for who they are.
Well, that, but like the result of it, or damn it, I forgot the word I'm looking for specifically. But you kind of have to take.
You got to take it for what it is and keep it in the back of your mind.
You take the situation as you. For instance, you can forgive but never forget. So like you gotta keep that in mind. Like you can forgive that person.
But are you getting past it truly? If that's the case,
I feel like
you still can
at a certain point. So like in that instance,
antennas are always going to be up.
Not always though, because if like at first,
they will be, which is shitty though if they're not, because you can give that person the benefit of the doubt, go back at it full force, then you get fucked again.
Well, and but that's the risk of it, because in my opinion, I feel like, because I'm in that group of like, I forgive, but I don't necessarily forget. But that doesn't mean I can't get over it. That doesn't, like, just because I remember something doesn't mean I haven't gotten over it. Doesn't mean you haven't proven yourself enough that I'm not going to hold it against you anymore. You get what I'm saying?
I'm different.
You're a bigger person in a regard than me for that.
And it sucks because like I put myself through it in situations like that, but like
my memory is too good.
Me too, and I'm
like,
I don't forget. Spiteful.
I'm spiteful and I'm
me,
petty.
I'm bring you back. Come on, baby, we're gonna have a good time. But now I'm gonna fuck you.
My problem is
that's
I'm
not
petty.
Good. That's
so
why
I don't forget.
It's not a good place to be in at all. It doesn't make two wrongs don't make it right.
Yeah. Correct.
So essentially, that's why I try not to entertain it. I want.
Well, I have done some spiteful
I'm competitive
shit,
by nature.
My thing
is,
if
once you get me, I'm like, oh, you think you got me? Okay, cool.
And
watch this. And that's not a good way to be.
That aspect, I just don't like to feel like. I don't like to feel like I'm stooping down to their level.
Yeah, correct.
And again, that comes from a place of pride. It comes from a place of ego. I don't want to feel like
stoop down.
I want to be the bigger person. I want to see. I'm with Eric on that. Like, I'm trying to hold myself to a higher standard. Exactly. So I want to be the bigger person. Like, I want to be able to forgive somebody, but at the same time, I don't forget anything. So like
an elephant.
It's very hard for me to forget something.
But I mean, we were talking about this not too long ago. Like, it's not that I don't have the spiteful thoughts. It's not that I don't have the like, man, like, watch, like, you could do this,
but you conquer them.
Exactly, and that's what it is. I'm just like, what at the end of the day, what is that gonna do for anyone? It's not gonna. It might make me feel better. It might make me feel better in the instance, but like in the long run, me personally, just because how I am, I'm going to feel bad about it.
Off past experience, it never goes that way, though. Every time I have reeled it back in and tried to be like, all right, now I'm going to get it, my plan never goes through because I'm coming from a place of malice, so it never works out.
But, I mean, depending on what your views are religiously, spiritually, whatever the fuck, I know it's more religion that, like, revenge is not in your hands. Yeah. Revenge is in you know, if you're religious, power, it's in God's hand. If you're spiritual, it's in the universe's hands. Like, however you think. Revenge, if you start trying to take revenge and take it into your own hands, it usually doesn't go well. It usually just causes more grief, more misery. So it's like, that's why, like, again, like, I have these thoughts. I feel like sometimes I want to act on them. It's like, oh, bet, like, you did this, like, watch. Alley-oop. Honestly, like,
360
bet, like, watch this. But then I'm like, at the end of the day, like, me as a person, like, if I were, God forbid, if I were to fucking go tomorrow, how would that sit on my conscience? True. How would me trying to get back at you because you did something, whether you did it out of spite or whether you did it out of, you know, you didn't ask me any questions about how I felt about things, or you didn't fucking do this or that, or whatever the case may be.
Now I'm just as bad as you.
Exactly. So what have I left behind in this world? Right. Just more of the same.
Correct.
And again, easier said than done. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I've never done shit out of spite. I'm not saying that I'm fucking all fucking mighty and shit. I'm saying that, like, it's perfectly fucking normal to have these fucking thoughts of fucking spite, of revenge, getting people fucking back. Fuck you. Like, you did this. You made me feel this way. I'm going to make you feel how I felt. But again, at the end of the day, it gives you temporary satisfaction. And for me in my life, I'm not looking for temporary things. I'm looking for long-lasting longevity. I'm looking for things that are going to last, that I could take with me, whether it is something that, like, you know, that is something that I can grab physically, or something that's mental, that's going to help me fucking just sleep better at night, essentially.
Right. I agree.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, everything happens at different rates. People grow at different rates. People learn things at different times. And there's so many millions and billions of different fucking factors that go into, you know, what you do as a person and how you are as a person. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean you can't make mistakes and learn from them.
Yep.
And
grow from them.
That's what and again, that's the goal. Like, again, I don't think any of us here think we're perfect.
Not at all.
But, you know, that we try.
As big as these two claim my ego is, no. But I don't think I'm that. I don't think I'm perfect.
We don't claim it. You do.
I've definitely told him
God is perfect. That's about it.
It's the only man.
But
only one.
But it's like, you know, you just gotta fucking, you know, take things for what they are, and then understand what your influence is on it at the same time. Like, somebody's gonna do something to you, you understand what they did to you. Now it's up to me whether at this point, am I going to continue to put up with it? And anything at this point I know is self-inflicted because of the information I have.
Right.
Or am I just going to count my losses and move on to something else? And at that point, it's like, you know, the whole fucking ignorance is bliss and blah blah this and that. Like, I'm more in the camp of knowledge is bliss. If you're able to understand what life is and how people are and how people interact and still be at peace, I feel like that's the highest form of bliss and happiness that you could have. Because you understand the flaws and you understand the negativity, but you're still able to reel things in, hone things in, understand things for what they are, and still live your life the way you want to live it.
Right, but I mean, you have to get past the pain to be there. So that's why they say ignorance is bliss, because if you don't know nothing, you can't go through the pain. You know what I'm saying? But when you have all the knowledge, you have to go through the process of feeling those feelings and understanding what that means to then get to the point where you're like, okay, I'm content with this. I understand why this happened to me, and you take the lesson from it. Yeah. So I agree with you on that token, but you have to go through the process in order to get there. 100%. So
of course, fuck. Well, we kind of went off topic.
We didn't talk about any NBA. We said sorry. We said sorry, women, and then went straight into women. Literally.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. But y'all are my fucking dogs, so we could do shit like that.
For sure. Family.
Love you guys. I'm glad I'm fucking glad we're doing this fucking podcast together. Fuck. Hey, yes, in the bag.
Yes, sirski.
You'll see him soon.
Episode 100 is coming soon. You better be ready for that shit.
Bow.
Because there's going to be alcohol involved.
Even you in the back.
A lot of it.
Turning knobs, acting like you're not doing anything.
Oh, fuck.
Great
well,
movie.
In that case.
Episode 88.
Bow.
For life.
Like always, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud. For the visual, catch us on YouTube. I know you want to see our pretty faces. As always, we gorgeous. As always, follow and subscribe to all platforms, but best social media platform would be our Instagram for sure. At No Hangover Podcast.
And shout out to the people that have been commenting, fucking leaving comments, questions, concerns, interacting with us. Somebody is going to answer you. Somebody is going to respond back to you. So, I mean, thank you for having the courage to do that. Shout out Rachel, Patty, and I think it was who else? Corey, I think.
Corey Lynn.
Corey, thank you for interacting. I mean, again, we're gonna respond, so keep that up. We appreciate it. We want to hear what you guys have to say about what we're saying. Like I said, we're in the opinion business, so exactly. So, you know, any opinion can be improved on, can be critiqued. So, thank you for that.
Thank you. Like always, trying to keep up with the latest merch. Check out our website. That's www.nohangoverpodcast.com. As you see right here behind me, behind my fat ass head. But yeah, episode 88.
We out here.
Yes,
Any
sir.
final words, anybody?
XL Tent. Summertime is approaching. Go get your windows right.
Get your shit right.
Vehicles, residential. You got a boat that needs to be tinted. Fuck it. Hit up XL Tent. They'll take care of you. If you're on Instagram, you can find them at XL_tent. Facebook is just XL Tent. And the phone number is 386-479-7111. You can call or text for a free quote. And if you let them know that the guys at No Hangover sent you, you will qualify for a 20% discount. So
save that money.
Boom. Yes, sir. And last but not least, Central Homes Roofing, more specifically, project manager Skylar Montgomery Kenny. He is from Memphis, Tennessee.
Southern gentleman.
He's a great guy. He'll hook you up. He'll help you out. If you got missing shingles, leaky roof, you need a whole new roof, he'll help you out. You can give him a call at 407-603-5553. If you can't reach him there, he does have an email, centralhomeskylar@gmail.com. He does give free inspections, so make sure you hit him up. Give him your business. He will help you out, be the greatest guy he can to you, give you the best deal. And when he asks who sent you, tell him that No Hangover did. Them boys.
Yes, sirski. Them boys.
Anything else before we go, fellas?
Great episode.
No, love it.
That's all.
Episode 88. Everybody love everybody. We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Peace.